Vici, sticking with my boy Jackie. All right, it's not going to be all across the board here. Lumi going to be going secret, and this is it. We're going to go into the last game for the Sanyang Championships. It's all come down to this. Let's go ahead and hand it over now. It's LD and Gods, gentlemen. Have some fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 5 of the Sanyang Championships. Gods, is your body ready for this?
This is what I was been waiting for. All tournament long, all year long.
You know, I just want to say for the record that we called every single pick in that draft. We should have been on the analyst panel.
Something like that.
I think we called like 2. Definitely some curveballs from both teams. Game 5, great time to pull out all the stops. Have a little fun getting ready for the Frankfurt Major, of course, for a lot of these teams. But Secret, very surprising the way they rounded this draft out, going back for the Tiny after already having the Anti-Mage Slider and even the Bounty Hunter to some extent. What do you make of the 2 drafts?
I feel Vici Gaming kind of got to agree with the overall sentiment that they've got a really powerful lineup. When they start grouping up, taking objectives, they've got plenty of ways to deal with the Anti-Mage, lots of physical damage, great Roche taking potential, and this is a lineup that's not going to be bothered by an AM. They've also got good anti-mage catch as well, with the Venge swap stun, a Blink Shackle from a Wind Ranger, Morphling stun, and then the damage to followed up from Jug and SF. Feels like they've got answers this time, unlike Game 3 when they were up against the AM.
Yeah, and also I think very importantly, up against the Bounty Hunter, this time around Super is starting with sentries. He did not have them last time. He's going to take some harassment, but unlike the Death Prophet game, he will not be as easily bullied in the lane. So with that said, Tiny Bounty Hunter, definitely some kill potential here, Gods. See if FY wants to stick around. The last time he played Wind Ranger, if I recall, he did spend a lot of time helping mid when Super was in an unfavorable matchup.
Yeah, and this is going to be rough. One of the kind of things you don't notice a lot with the SF is your Tango being on cooldown means you can't win that sentry battle in mid lane should Bounty Hunter come in and look to de-sentry things, but
that's where having FY here will help.
Yes, he's actually kind of protecting the sentry and also protecting, more importantly, the Shadow Fiend.
Both offlaners starting to take a bit of harassment here. Misery with the Stout Shield as well as the 5 armor. And a lot more strength than Ice can handle the punishment a bit better.
Yeah, not really going to be an easy lane for Ice to get levels. Morphling in the off lane, very much level dependent, not farm dependent, but Dazzle AM with good zoning potential.
There's still one more sentry. All right. So we're going to win through sheer numbers here. And I believe the appropriate response is to buy another set of sentries.
Probably. I mean, you look at Bounty Hunter, where else can he pressure? The mid lane, the SF is the ideal hero to be applying pressure. If you can find kills in the sidelines, great, but you go top, maybe you can pair up with a Slider and go into the Fen Revenge, but it's very low percentage play. Ice's Morph is maybe the one most exposed hero, though, if they want to go for that kill.
Kind of close to that Blade Fury kill zone. Does have the sprint to try and get away, but once Burning grabs his boots, it'd be so easy to squirm back. So early on, Gods, the Tiny mid farming exceptionally well, 12-2 with the very high base damage, pretty easy last hit against the Shadow Fiend early on, and Envy, 7-5, not quite that free farm anti-mage we saw earlier today, but still pretty decent. And they are getting the pulls off here for Puppy. Through the early late stage, the Bounty Hunter hasn't gone off yet, but do you feel like Secret's getting enough out of the lane so far?
Yeah, they're doing fine, and as much as the Bounty Hunter is known for what he can do in the first 5 minutes of the game, Secret don't even really pick him, I feel, for that stage of the game. It's very much about the vision and space that he can create later on. And even in the early game, it's more about creating space than finding kills. Even the pressure on the Super is just a bonus to anything else he can kind of get accomplished on the map.
Of course, Burning also farming well in his own safe lane, matching the anti-mage. And FY, the X factor here, we saw the support Wind Ranger the other day. He had an explosive performance, and if I recall correctly, there was an Alco on his team and even got fed in Agatims around like the 30-minute mark or so. But this time around, he'll be the one harassing the anti-mage in lane. Very frustrating. Hasn't skilled anything up yet. Don't really have too much kill potential here on either of these heroes. Maybe if Ice gets in too deep.
They just want to keep on bullying Ice and FY as much as possible. Limit their just overall farm and experience that they get from this lane.
Scout out Pile I die there, I believe, when he went invis. Pinged it out. They're showing Ice in the neighborhood. He's not really last hitting right now, but he does have the waveform. FY is going to opt to skip the power shot, goes for the Shackle and the Wind Run as he finally skills up. This will allow him very defensively to back away against the pressure. No sentries bottom, so Pi actually getting more as he now goes in with an additional Janata auto attack, really trying to force out that Wind Run. FY just does not want to use it yet.
Yeah, life is difficult for the offlanes, and that's where Vici Gaming actually have 2 heroes. Slada similarly at top, not having the best time, but for an offlaner being level 4 right now, you don't care that you've got no farm.
But is this worth it? Because Super is just having a much better time mid. He's 21-7. Yeah, your win range are struggling a bit, but it feels like they're making up for it also.
Tiny's got 18 CS though. He's very competitive in the mid lane. A lot of that just because of the support he got from level 1 with the Bounty Hunter.
Nice. He may have to mango up. He's going to pop it early, and he'll grab the Bounty Rune.
Yep.
It's going to start strength morphing.
Meanwhile, top rune, Venge
okay.
had to pick it up because the Slaughter was swooping in and even cost a Venge stun. So nice play by Misery, forcing out Venge's mana as well as preventing the SF from getting the rune. This even forces Fenrir back to down and to heal up.
Weeha's back on mid, a casual chuck onto Super, taunting him. Bernie continuing to farm up top, but the Slaughter of Misery is leeching his own experience, so out of the 2 offlaners, he is definitely having the easier time compared to the strength morphling early on.
Yeah. And until they get phase on the Jug, very hard to kill Misery. The Orb of Venom pickup designed to pressure him out of this lane to some extent, but Slaughter just 2 points in sprints, all you need to ever outrun a Blade Fury. And they need more than 2 heroes to kill him. We may look to see like a Wind Ranger rotation if FY can hit a shackle.
They're moving on mid, but Super's gonna just try to fight it out. The chain combo's there. Weeha dunks Super and places him 6 feet under. That was very close to going the other way, but he did the math. He bottled through the combo and was barely able to survive. Nicely played there to get game 5 started. First blood for Secret.
Yep. And Misery with the ward scouts out the FY rotation towards his lane, so kind of keeping their lanes well protected here.
And that was just really nice play by Pylai Dice. Right around the time when he knew the sentry was going to expire, that's when he makes his move on mid.
And yeah, very much a calculated play as well. He'll now TP back mid, refill Weeha's bottle. Weeha's should be good to stick around and possibly even go in for another kill.
The Super caught out now by the Crush. They're making the move forward. The Avalanche is there. Another death. Pylai Die the one thrown in. Shackle, a futile effort as he'll just walk away. And now he gets a sentry down up on the high ground here. Casually to tree for some regen, hunting towards Fenrir. And then we'll sentry up the camp. So they're limiting the stacking. Secret being very efficient with the Bounty Hunter movements. Pylai Die, this guy's won some big games, even on the main stage of Key Arena. If you look back at the TI4 on the back of his Bounty Hunter play. Off to a good start here as well.
Absolutely, and this is why the tiny pick can work, because they've got the bounty to player pressure, and even when he's not there for the first 2 to 3 minutes, he just comes back later on when he can just cause a lot of problems. SF needs a lot of items before he can survive that combo.
This is trouble for Ice. Monavoid committed, one more auto attack is gonna get the job done. No, not even needed. The poison touch secures the kill. Secret having an explosive start in all 3 lanes, it feels like. Slardar, yeah, not getting kills, but still making good rotations and getting his levels, a 1,500 gold lead, 1,000 experience. The jungle warded off. Vici not able to control the tempo the way they were in game 1. They're the team reacting.
Yeah, and very much what Secret needed. With their draft, it felt like if they had a bad start, if the lanes didn't go this well for them, they were going to get crushed, possibly in the mid game. You take Roche, you take objectives. Whoop, Weeha mid.
Shackle's there. It's a level 2 Shackles while the raises start coming out, but Weeha pretty damn tanky and is going to be able to back off as Pylai Die even rotates in. Looking to support it, now they toss forward. The angry fish man. Shackle's there to try and protect Super, bottling up, not enough. Secret with the big counterplays once more. You've got to... They make it 4-0.
Tiny 7 minutes in, with like 1k HP on Intrad.
He's not done yet. He's going to chuck in Misery. From long range, the Ava's there. They get another. Weeha even marching forward once more. Can they finally finish him off? They will, but Burning has to come in an Omni Slash just for that on a very low HP Slardar. And not a position 1 or 2 hero at that.
Yeah, right now things playing into the hands of the Secret early game. Tiny, 700 gold. When he gets this Blink Dagger up, that's when things will get incredibly hard for Vici Gaming to play around the aggression that he can provide. With a Bounty and Slaughter, you've got all kinds of vision, you've got track money that can come your way as well. This is just a dream Tiny start.
Super's probably going to be pretty disappointed about the lack of stacks. Normally the key to catching up, but Pylai Die has just been 1 step ahead of him. Eternal Envy will grab himself a double damager, rotates to the jungle now. Currently, he sees a couple of heroes on the map, so he's just going to have to play it safe. Puppy may be the guy who gets the lane ward down, and then things may change. Now they look for the track gold. Highlight Die, level 5 and change, gods. Doesn't seem like Vici are having the easiest time here. Just worry about the lack of stacks for Super more than anything.
Yeah, and he can't really go to the lane to farm. We've seen the combo from the Tiny Slider already in action, and they can just keep on repeating this onto the SF. They haven't got the best defensive supports to kind of prevent that kind of aggression. They don't really punish. With Omni Slash on cooldown, there's no chance of really punishing, and Super just going to get constantly harassed anytime he comes back to this mid lane.
Bernie is going to get scouted out here. Looks like he will be going for the Battle Fury again. We saw it in Game 1 this series. The super farm Juggernaut carried the game in the end, but he had a lot of help. Was given a free Aghanims by Super's Alchemist. Still, no jungle creeps. This has to be frustrating for Super.
Has scouted out Pi, but yeah, he's going to also, again, just wonder, where do you go at this point? You don't want to go mid, because Slider can just come and kill you. Misery even holding onto a smoke, but it's just about the fact Slider's missing from the map.
And you go top, there's no sentries there, just so suddenly the timing's going to rotate.
Burning wants top as well, that's the other thing. Like, there's not enough farm on the map right now for Shadow Fiend and Jug to share.
Oh, this could be huge. They've got the toss into crush combo. That can set everything up. Highlight Die giving them the vision. Super in danger. Fenrir, they could even get a double potentially. They're just going to go in the good old-fashioned way to crush a one. Smacking down Vici. Man, they look squishy there. Two easy grabs. Juggernaut unable to do anything here. Now Ice 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 getting bullied. It's a roaming anti-mage. Eternal Envy wants a piece of the action. Everybody's getting involved. There's the crush again. FY could go down here as well. Will go down. And they're hunting for more. The Mana Void. That was a bit too early, but still going to drive Ice 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 back towards the well.
Well, about as poor a start as Vici Gaming could have hoped for, and
okay, so how do they come back? This is like the disaster opening. 8-1. They're losing all their lanes to an anti-mage Slardar Tiny.
They need to fight around the Jug Omni Slash, rotate with him, use smokes probably fairly soon. There's no real level of item timing that's going to change the state of the game for them. They can't just entirely play passively while this game just moves into that typical anti-mage game. We'll see the fast battle for you. They need to apply pressure and start getting back into the game through smoke ganks. And it doesn't have to be smoke ganks from AM. Ideally, you slow down the Tiny Blink Dagger, but that may come too soon for them to stop.
Well, Bernie, he's got a great defensive spell here against the combo, as he will Blade Fury to dodge that Avalanche. It's going to cool down just around the time the Avalanche does. He has opted to max it. Vici Gaming, though, grouping up his 3 mid. Looks like they have decided they need to go for a smoke play along the lines of what you suggested, Gods. But at that same moment, Ice Ice is sitting bottom. Still very poor here. Doesn't even have the Soul Ring done, let alone that Blink Dagger you like to see on a Strength Morphling. They're going to roam down mid.
Very much trying to bait Burning, and this time it's Burning in the mid lane, not the Shadow Fiend. If SF dies like 1 or 2 more times, like he's just going to be crippled as far as what he can do for his team. Hoping that the Pilot Bounty walked in perhaps, and they get a dust and a free kill, but I think they need more than just a bounty kill right now. In mid lane, Burning. Oh, that's
he might be next as well. Burning is next to the combo. Unable to dodge it. Mew on the river. Puppey is going to get off a grave here. Gets the 3-hero rotation. He also breaks the smoke, so Eternal Envy can walk away. The power shot will finish him off. Still, tanks the smoke gank, keeps his carry alive. He'll be just fine with that.
Yeah, didn't maybe realize Venge wasn't level 6. Could have just got a TP out, but either way, not a big deal. That secret loser Dazzle there, who's back in just 10 seconds time. Misery, split pushing and pressuring the top lane. You've got Weehouse Tiny with the Blink Dagger now, and Vici Gaming, they haven't got any way of really countering or answering the Tiny Blink Dagger. This is just going to be a snowball item for Team Secret. It's going to create so much space and room for the AM to farm and just solo split push lanes. He doesn't need backup right now. There's no threat coming from Vici Gaming with how poor they are on all their core heroes.
Highlight Die is level 8 at 13 minutes. And the man's hardly been in a lane this entire game. 1-0-4, and he's helped set up Weehoff for that 5-0-3 explosive start. And so you see Vici Gaming starting to feel constricted. They're going to be forcing the issue as a squad of 4 bottom, but they're got to get scouted out here. Puppey does have the grave. Burning, that's not an easy solo kill for him.
Here comes Tiny
Who's
too.
he going to go for? They ping it out. They're going to pop the Dazzle Weed, blink, Avatos, and done. Deleted immediately. That's the key team fight here. The Juggernaut, their big source of damage. And now Fenrir getting mana burn. Shackle will be there onto 2, but they toss in the Angry Fish. Looking for the crush. He sprints forward. Yeah, it's an airball. Vici Gaming, very lucky. For now, but Weehaw once more. Weehaw wants to jump in. He's looking for the combo. Slams down 2. It's 3 heroes down, and they're diving for Ice. They want a little more. Again, the Monovoid, not the best, but
Just looking for the mini stun.
Envy's getting excited here, but he's almost got Battle Fury, gods.
Yep.
Roaming, ganking, anti-mage. 4 assists, and Tower Gold likely to come their way soon. This is getting out of hand for Secret.
When your AM's able to fight into a heavy physical damage lineup with decent lockdown at 40 minutes in, you know things have gone terribly wrong. Because this is meant to be where AM has no way of fighting into an Omni Slash, the SF, with good physical damage, the Morphling stuns, Wind Ranger shackles, but doesn't seem to affect Secret. They've just had too good a start.
They do have that Omni Slash. Can they turn a Weehaw? They really need this kill. No, the illusions tank it. That's gonna leave a mark. And now Ice with the Shuriken bouncing is dropping fairly low here. Shackle not gonna connect. Mercury will continue to back. They really want to fight into this, guys. It's a full 5v5, but Weehaw, the big damage dealer, is hiding in the trees. Blink is ready and gonna blink out. He's baiting them in a bit deeper. Burning. They will, I think, just bulldoze down bottom.
Okay, they're not even going to try. It felt like they could go in for another Weehaw tiny combo, but
Misery's a little low.
better safe than sorry. You're close to a Slaughter Blink. You're getting a trade at mid lane, so the more important tower being taken on the side of Vici Gaming.
Actually really liking this discipline from Secret, because the other thing is, they fight there, maybe Envy dies and doesn't quite get the Battle Fury, but now he's going to get the tower last hit, the Battle Fury is complete. And they get past that small little window where they were very vulnerable. Not to mention Misery's Blink also very close, assuming he wants it.
Yeah. So for Vici Gaming, they need to just be 5-manning, taking towers, taking Roshan, and problem is if Secret want, they can play that split push game for at least the period where Vici Gaming are grouped up as 5. And very much itemizing to try and counter the superior teamfight of Vici Gaming, going for a fast mech on the Bounty Hunter. Trying to make sure that they can make up for what is a much weaker team fight by just an item advantage.
Well, this is where Secret was supposed to be scary. If they get past the lanes intact, I heard it from the analysts as well, that track the amp damage. They're very good at hunting and chasing the backline heroes. And Envy, might find a courier, is going to get stunned out. Raised, and he blinks up. Oh, just out of tower edge. We'll make it out. Close call there, though. That would have been a very unfortunate death.
Calculated.
Space created. So he could have been farming that time. Alright, Kurt's like, can I go home now?
FY. In a bit of a tough spot here. Tiny could just run for this one, and
I think he wants to too. God, he's got the haste through, and it's going to wear off soon. Also, as the drum charges, Shuriken's going to bounce through, and that mini stun sets it up. Another track kill for Secret. Meanwhile, mid lane, Vici looking to push and pressure. Tiny may just roam on mid. Be in position now with the weave beginning to activate. Only got a level 1 healing ward. They're trying to press in, but Slardar's just picked up his blink. Another form of initiation. Courier still waiting for the mech from Super to come out. Seems like even with the replicate here, they can't quite get the job done. Now Misery still not scouted out with this blink. Going to squirm into position. But already Vici, they're going to back down.
Really starting to feel like the last pick Morphling just isn't offering much to Vici Gaming. When they've done it in the past, it's kind of been paired up with an Undying in the off lane.
And the Alchemist as well.
Yeah, the Alchemist to kind of be the hero who soaks up the pressure. This game, the mid lane was just pressured by a Bounty Hunter, and so Vici Gaming had too many heroes they needed to protect their farm and their laning stage. A Morphling who needs help, an SF who needs help, and you're almost always going to dedicate at least one support to securing burning a good early game.
This could be it though. Vici Gaming, they've had many a magical smoke gang power shot flashing through, and now they chuck out the wave of terror there. Looks like it was a bit short, didn't actually really hit anyone, but Puppy gets pushed on the high ground. This could even be a good position for him.
That's okay.
Way out of the fight, he gets off the weave. He's still got the Grave available. They're committing a lot to kill up that Dazzle. Meanwhile, Fenrir is almost finished off. Omni Slash doesn't have the mana for it. Burn, it's gonna need this. The Shuriken bounces right through. Can they finish off Weehaw? That's a big one. Power shot will get him. Much needed. A 1-for-1 so far. Puppy still chilling up on the high grounds. Man, strength. That adaptive strike not yet maxed out yet. Alright, calmly, Eternal Envy is just gonna punish this. You want to fight around the Roche Pit? It's too low for you to take Vici. We'll just take towers.
Yeah. Envy knowing there's not enough catch to really try and get him here at the bottom lane. He sees them coming with the track. And this is just the power of the Bounty Hunter, making sure that Secret don't find themselves in too bad of a fight. That one there, the smoke from Vici Gaming, getting a good initial engagement, but just the one kill, and then one Secret disengaged. No one else is getting caught out.
Puppy's finally going to get a trip home. Phew.
His team just left him. They really...
That adaptive actually just made life easier for him, honestly.
Yeah, it actually didn't work out. It didn't really hurt Puppy that he's up there.
So Bernie will work into a Battle Fury, but feels like he's playing Secret's game, trying to farm versus Track versus just the raw farming power of an anti-mage. Potentially even later on, Weehaw could go for that Ags. It does feel like Vici's going to need some clutch shackles and adaptives here, gods.
Yeah, and I imagine both teams will be headed back towards that Roshan pit fairly soon once things reset. Importantly, Vici Gaming now have a mech on their side. Super's SF very poor, but at least has some team fight and 5-man potential with this item.
They are looking to take this tower down mid, and they will get it.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Weehaw thinking about the backstab, but she's slow rolling it. Everybody rotating to the Roche pit. Just only a level 1 healing ward. That might be enough to just take the big boy down.
They're walking in while Track.
Secret
see this. So Vici Gaming just confident that they will win this
swarming
fight.
towards it. Pylai Die moving in. Envy ratting though. I don't know if they care about the stages. Oh, never mind. The rest of the team's coming now. They jump onto FY. He's gonna get caught out. He's instantly deleted for the fight. And comes the adaptive strike, but it's on Pylai Die. Maybe not the most important hero to bring now. They try to focus on Weehaw with the Omni Slash already committed. The Blade Fury now available. They will get the kill. So something back for Vici. Another big grab on the Tiny, but all the while Eternal Envy, they're fighting 4v5. He's off in the mid lane. Misery swinging a miss there on the crush again. But Eternal Envy just working objectives.
Yeah, they want to just make sure they secure Roche here. Very much a key part of Vici Gaming's overall strategy, but it's coming at a pretty big cost right now.
I mean, it's good to get the Aegis for sure. At least they deny it to Secret, who have the F damage, have the Vlads. But is it enough? Ice moving into mid. He's going to adaptive Envy, but he doesn't have a whole lot of backup. Misery didn't have the mana for the Blink Crusher. He may have jumped in for that. And now they look to chase Power Shot up the hill, but Puppy rather tanky with the treads. Envy continued his rotations up to 11k. Feeling like an anti-mage game, gods.
And for Vici, they've kind of found their rhythm now, but this is what they were meant to be doing, like, I want to say almost 10 minutes ago, or at least 7 or 8 minutes ago, which is just 5-manning down towers as well as objectives such as Roshan. And it just comes so late, and they've got such a big gold deficit that they're not doing it in a timely fashion. That Roche is meant to just happen. 10 seconds, you're on, you've moved on, you're now taking a tower, but it's a struggle for them. Secret is always finding a trade now because of how farm they are, how well Envy's doing on the anti-mage. And for Vici Gaming, they're not even gaining gold when they're taking down towers and taking down Roshan because Envy's getting so much in exchange.
And they still don't really have their great initiation yet. No blink on the Wind Ranger, nothing on the Morphling. 22 minutes in, he is definitely one of the slower farming off lanes. He's got a really weak matchup. I thought the blink seems like he'll have a tough time getting the jump here. Envy just backing up to the wood. Super is going to press in mid. Have the Yasha picked up now as they jump forward. It's an initiation onto Ice, who lobs out the stun. Be sitting around for a while, but while that was going on, FY gets blown up bottom. It's like that crush avalanche toss combo was all they needed. Now back to the top lane where Envy tanks another stun. His own illusion turned against him. He might run low in mana here. Can he get the blink off in time? Swap is there, and now he's fully out of mana. Doesn't have a magic stick. This would be a huge grab, and they get him. That was much needed for Vici. Simply nothing Puppy could do. He threw out the grave, but he can't stop the mana burn.
Big takeoff. And for now, I mean, that's fantastic. That's what Vici Gaming need, but this lineup is now completely changed. This is plan B for Vici Gaming, which is just going to be farm for the late game. Find what pickoffs you can on core heroes. Make sure you're taking trades where possible, but there's not going to be able to just 5-man take down towers. Very much looking to just gear up so that they can beat anti-mage later on, which their lineup is very capable of doing.
Misery wants to turn this, jumping onto Ice, who will be going down the shackles too late, and now they hunt for more. Again, he's got a haste room. Oh dear, FY, where are you going, buddy? There's the swamp Fenrir with the save. It is going to interrupt the combo and potentially turn it. And now Weehaw backs off, Shackles there. It will edge. This could be huge for Vici Gaming. Shackle holds him in place, but where's that follow-up? Misery, he tanks the Omni Slash, keeps on sprinting back. And in the end, Secret fully disengaged. They bait out the Omni. They still get the kill there on the Morphling. They just didn't have the follow-up.
Vici Gaming almost couple of huge kills there afterwards, but Secret, really nice disengage. And for Vici, they still managed to slow things down, fall back and farm. They've now got, or very close to having an Ice Midas on Morphling, very much looking to just get more levels on this hero and just secure more late game items. The Blink is a let's fight now item, and right now that's not really the plan for Vici Gaming.
So again, V may be lagging. We'll have a
It's
pause.
all in your head, Envy. Come on now.
Seems okay here. Whew. What a start for Secret Gods. You look at this draft, you're like, how the hell are they going to land this? But it was just Pile Die. Pile's a magician on the bounty
you can see,
hunter.
I mean, go back to game one. It was a first stage ban, I believe. And that was when we saw Doom getting let through. This time around, the first game where we see like a Doom priority ban, and that's where, well, we get ourselves another bounty hunter. And
Slash just tuned out. He was dead, so he was taking a little snooze. The hour does grow late here. Shout out to all the fans here, guys. We stayed past midnight. All for the love of Dota. Burning the midnight oil in Singapore. You guys are amazing. It's been a real blast, and well,
it's sad
the
it has to come
hometown
to an
hero
end.
is up against it. They need as much support as they can get now on Vici Gaming. They're looking good.
They're looking very solid right now, and for Vici Gaming, the game plan's kind of changed too much. They're adapting right now, but it's going to take a lot more pickups like that, and it feels like they are somewhat reliant on Team Secret making mistakes to turn things around, but you never know.
Secret do like to dive here. We've seen a lot of extended chases, but at the same time, like you said, they have to make a mistake when they dive.
It's late. These teams are playing a best of 5. Game 1 and Game 2 alone looked grueling and taxing on the teams. Game 3 was a lot sloppier, and that's when we had our first one-sided game, and we're looking at approaching 1 a.m. here, and these teams have got to be taking like toll on their bodies as well as their kind of mental state right now, considering just how tense things have been.
I heard they have a nice hot tub at Marina Bay Sands. Maybe they can loosen up after the games, unwind a little bit. Unpause. We'll get back into it now, guys. Game 5. Everything hanging in the balance here. The lion's share of the prize money to go to the winner of this game. Burning will get tracked up. Hyde is going to back himself away. By the way, already has a mech and the Staff of Wizardry. So he is definitely ramping up his farm. And we're going to see pure utility here from Weehaw Gods. What's the classic, like, Mineski Bimbo way to play Tiny, where you go for a lot of support items, utility items, you just focus on tempo controlling. You don't try to be the hard carry for the team. They've got the anti-mage that.
Yeah. And very much playing around the fact that anti-mage is going to come online very early on in this game, and they want to have the best items for fighting now. You put an Ag Scepter on him, and yeah, he has more, like, the Tiny comes online too late at that point where you want him to be fighting right now with as much damage output as possible. The 4-star, great for kiting around the Juggernaut, getting heroes back to safety should they get Morphling stunned, should they get shackled. So very defensive item, and also just an item that outside of the Slater, you're not going to be able to farm on a support hero. Bounty going for the mech, Dazzle going for the Solar Crest, so they've kind of prioritized other items. Top lane FY being dumped on here.
He's looking to turn this, does have the dust, the shackle, not going to latch on Pi. Tried to jump him, will make it out safely. More reinforcements are moving into position, Puppy. Deploy the weave now with that Solar Crest. And really dive and tank a lot of this incoming damage. There's the Blink Crush initiation onto Super. Track will come out. Secret continuing to threaten. Does have the Aegis here for only about another 20 seconds.
Yep.
Timing could be dangerous.
I think Vici Gaming got the most that they could out of the Aegis. Just managed to get back some map control, find what farm they could across their core heroes, and just use it to buy some time to get those next couple of key items for themselves. It's still Secret, though, who kind of hold this game in their hands.
They're looking to deward the hill here. I probably won't be too happy about that. Already a completed Manta up for Eternal Envy, but not too far behind him is Burning. Has a Manta of his own now coming out, as we'll have a bit of a war off in the jungle.
Very much becoming a vision game between the two teams. I feel Pylidai is going to probably play like almost the most important role on Team Secret moving forward to the late game. If he's there, always scouting ahead, willing to just risk his life to get that scouting information, Vici Gaming should never be able to really find a pick-off on these core heroes, or it should be very difficult for them to do so. We saw it going back to kind of game 1 where, game 3 where he got the Bounty Hunter, and that was where suddenly, like, he was going like 1 and 5 very early on, giving up a lot of kills, but still very instrumental for his team to just play towards the late game and secure farm and space for your core heroes.
I just feel like unless you get a blink here on the Morph lane or the Wind Ranger, you're pretty much never stunning the anti-mage in the fight, unless he walks into you.
I imagine Blink will be the item choice here. We've seen when they ran the Alchemist strat, he would go for the Aghanim Scepter because you farm so well with the Morphling Replicate, and then you've also got like a Tombstone which you can get 2 of, and I don't really feel like there's a great hybrid target on his team right now this game.
Yeah,
just
definitely would agree with
the
you
Blink
there.
initiation is going to be a lot more potent.
If they want to be able to hunt the rat, that's going to be a big component.
Yes.
Misery has picked up his 4 staff, Secret. 4 heroes congregating top, high. Moving over from the mid lane. They're pressing up on this tower,
Dire's top tower.
protecting Eternal Envy. And meanwhile, Vici, they're not really trading, just a Replicate trying to split push the bottom lane.
Radiant's
Okay, may be able to take the tower down, though.
Yeah, it looks like they will get tier 2. Anti-Mage actually TP's in, so triple TP. They want at least a deny out of this.
They're really hunting. 4 staff is there. They're sprinting. They chuck. Oh! Get back! Get back, says Ice Ice Ice. Didn't even know you could do that.
Oh, no!
Uh-oh. I think he's dead anyway. There's the blink cross. It was a cute play, but followed up by an ill-advised TP cancel.
Yeah. He was too fast on it. He made the hard play, but not the easy one, the wave TP. Whoopsie.
That was definitely a mechanic I didn't know about. Just blasted him out of the sky. Very interesting, but in the end, still a dead Morphling. Tower was denied as well by Eternal Envy.
Yeah. And gem picked up by Fenris Venge, really looking to get map control, but Secret already entering the dire jungle. This could prove fatal for the Vici Gaming trio up here.
Oh, it's about to be 4 heroes, but 4 coming from behind. The one man not here is Eternal Envy.
We can
About to get scouted out,
TP
though.
soon.
Puppy gonna prep things up with the weave. Now they turn, they want to counter-initiate here. Here comes the wreck, we have Shackles there, Puppy. They're chucking back the Shadow Feed, but it's too late. He's got managed to get the ultimate off. Now Pylite Eye forced to retreat. Puppy in a bit of danger, very chaotic way to get in here. But Eternal Envy is going to focus down 1. Monavoid coming in 10 seconds time. He's maybe hunting further. Heroes Shackle, not going to connect. He will jump himself away. Now looking for Fenrir. Avatos is ready. He forces the wrong direction. Weehaw!
Wow.
Jukes himself, and, well, I'll make it out. So it ends up being a Slardar for a Shadow Feed.
They get out with the gem as well. That was okay for Vici Gaming. They lose the more important hero, but they took a tier 1 tower, and they were just in a terrible position. They had 4 heroes flanking them while the anti-mage TP'd in. It was a straight-up 5v4 fight into track amp damage, great scouting from Secret, and Vici were very much walking into the Lion's Den there when they retreated after getting the tier 1 tower, so that could have gone a whole lot worse for them.
All right, looks like Bernie wants to man mode. He's going to buy a Basher now. Secret again.
Okay.
Poppy another smoke. This will be their last for 3 minutes. I'll have one more for 10 or so. Secret now moving up through the Secret shop. How appropriate.
Burning. Very nearby.
Uh-oh, Courier did get sniped, it looked like, but more importantly, they're going to jump in on the mid lane. Fenrir will go down.
Oh.
So they do lose the 4 staff that was coming for Super, as well as a Mithril Hammer. Got picked off by Eternal Envy at the Ancients.
Yeah. And then E-Blade Tiny. Now we're looking at some fancy items. This is going to prove
This
very
is the
useful.
Juggernaut counter here.
Yep. And already saw like the Ghost Scepter protecting himself, but now we can help out his teammates as well, should they be getting focused down by it. The Omni Slash against like the mech on the Radiant side, the E-Blade now, the Vlad's bonus armor, the Solar Crest is not going to be able to do a whole lot of damage if it gets split up especially.
That's
Very worried about Roshan. Vici Gaming sending out the Replicate. Now's the time to smoke if you want to try and contest it, but
Now's the time to Roche if you're Secret. They've got the DD, the level 2 amp damage. This will be a blink and you miss it, Roche.
and they'll scout the insta respawn. It seems Vici Gaming and their jungle on the top side of the map are actually just willing to give this one up for free, feeling like they've got a capable high ground defense.
This anti-mage is going to be ridiculously strong now, though.
And it's very much the solo split push style anti-mage where not only can he split push lanes, but should one hero come back to defend, he can solo kill them. There's probably not a hero in this game right now that can survive the Abyssal combo of the anti-mage. Maybe the Jug if he has enough mana for a Blade Fury after the Abyssal wears off.
I I think he just runs you down then.
Yes, very likely.
That's what I guess you can rely on swap, but it's still only level 1, and Jackie Mao, aggressive, stalking after super, blinks in. Oh, hey buddy, I've got a new toy for you. Tries for the TP out, not gonna happen. Isama catches him out, and will quickly bring him down. The Illusion's getting the job done. They're going the other way. In fact, they've also found Fenrir looking for a second kill. That's another track kill. Beautiful patience there by Misery. And that last one was a 4, maybe 5 here track kill gods. 22-6. This graph seems to be headed only one way. It's straight up. Straight towards a Secret victory at this rate.
Going for Secret. They're heading straight towards the Vici Gaming base now with 2 heroes on the sidelines, including a Shadow Fiend without buyback. They want to force the issue, and Vici Gaming going to be limited in what they can do to defend this one.
And they have no buyback here on the Shadow Fiend. This is probably their biggest team fight here at this point for the Requiem, as Misery jumps forward, does get off the amp damage. Eternal Envy blinking in, Abyssal up in 10. And once that's up, you gotta figure he's gonna be going right back in for another potential kill. Pop the Manta. Perhaps the strongest tool right now that Vici have is that anti-mage illusion, but an amp damage will quickly deal with it. And that's Shackle why coming through. This will slow things down, but it doesn't actually really damage Secret, so they keep on moving forward. Keep on looking for racks here. The first lane could be coming soon. Lobbing out stuns onto illusions. Vici desperate to hold the line.
I don't even know.
Debating if he wants to leave this top lane, and it seems the call is made. We've gotten the lane pushed in a bit. Yeah. Let's go for it.
They had the Aegis. They could have tried to force a rack siege there by just having anti-mage chipping away, but the safer option, fallback and farm. Secret confident in their late game lineup as well as their just late game decision making, which they've been able to find pickoff after pickoff. Vici Gaming trying to just scrap together whatever farm they can get, and that's where Secret probably well aware that there's going to be more pickoffs like they just got up top that will come their way.
But only for so long are they going to wait. They now smoke. Bottom lane, the tier 2's already gone, so they don't really care that much of that lane's pushing in. No free gold to be claimed for Vici. Cave in the wave.
It almost feels like Vici Gaming have gone too all in with the physical damage. 2 Ghost Scepters and an Ethereal Blade on the side of Secret. Envy up top. The rat has begun.
Burnin's going to walk in. He gets Abyssal off the bat. They need that swap. They get it, but now he's out of mana. He can't actually get off the Omni Slash. He's going to have to pop the Healing Ward as Envy will deal with his own illusion. Weehaw now leaping forward is going to blast down Fenrir. Shackles on 2, but where's the follow-up damage? They simply don't have it. They even try to focus the anti-mage, but Weehaw with the defensive Ethereal Blade will keep him alive.
Not too damaging for Vici. They burn all of Envy's mana as well.
They do have the Omni now, but at the same time the Glyph's on cooldown. In comes the Juggernaut. Can he make a play happen? FY was searching for an initiation here, courtesy of the Shackle. There's still an Aegis. They are going to connect with that one, but they blink and toss him back. Weehaw! I got you, buddy. Come home with me. But now they turn. Misery jumping forward. Super with the BKB Requiem dodge. Envy needs to get out. He still has that Aegis. Doesn't want to lose it for no reason. Actually, he decides to turn. They're going to stun him again. And then the dunks from Weehaw attempting to kill. Can't quite get the job done. Still chasing forward. Blade Fury onto Puppey will finish the kill there as Envy further marches in. This time they get the Shadow Beat. And this time they look for extra kills. The Mana Boy committed. Now they've got the Abyssal Blade. Envy stunned for days, but not forever. And now no mercy. Isama massacring Vici and the shadow of their fountain. Weehaw's there as well. The Bash Bros are getting the job done, and Vici are on their last legs here in Nanyang. 5 dead, 1 buyback. Seems to be over, gods.
Secret have figured out Vici Gaming here, just dominating the early game. Pilotized Bounty Hunter now is cost out.
GG! Woo! Secret are your Nanyang champions. They take down Vici 3-2 in an absolute nail-biter. And they will walk away with first place.
Absolutely fantastic Dota. Some of the best Dota 2 we've had in a while, and what a way to end things.
Back and forth it was. The Secret looking quite pleased with themselves. This is